sad, small, outgoing, delicate, many, and happy. By the clue given from the video title, you know that the list of words I just mentioned must relate to these things called adjectives. Without searching on the internet, what exactly is an adjective? What are its functions in the English language? Or are there different types of adjectives? If you already have your answers, watch today's video as we give our answers and see if the two answers match up. Hi, my name is Anthony, and here with me my partner Yo-Yo. Welcome to today's CLC video.
Thanks for the introduction, Anthony. First, let's define adjective. Adjective is a word to describe a noun or a pronoun. As we may already know, a noun is a thing, a person, a place, or an idea, whereas pronoun is a word to refer to these nouns with words such as I, you, he, she, and it. Now let's see some adjectives in action.
He's excited for his new job. The grass is very green this time of year. Why do you look so sad? Martha looks professional in her blazer. If we pick apart that last example, we can clearly see the adjective used to describe the noun in the sentence. Martha is a noun and professional is the adjective. Martha looks professional in her blazer.
Now, let's kick it up a notch and talk about degrees of adjectives. There are 3 levels or degrees of adjectives. First, positive adjective. Second, comparative adjectives. Third, superlative adjectives. And you know what? Congratulations, because you already learned the first degree. Why? Basically, everything that we mentioned before is a positive adjective. Basically, words to describe a thing. You know, it's sad, green, professional, and so on. But you know what? Just to review, just to recap everything, let's see more examples of positive adjectives.
Dwayne Johnson is tall. 90 degree is a wide angle. Jalapeno peppers are spicy. Toyota cars are expensive. Making an 85 on a test is good. Easy enough? Take it over, Anthony.
Now, let's take a look at comparative adjective. This is where it gets more exciting. Comparative adjectives are words used to compare two things. Let's take the positive adjectives we had previously and turn them into comparative adjectives. Dwayne Johnson is tall. Sun Mingming is taller than Dwayne Johnson. As you can see, we've added ER to the word tall to compare Sun Mingming's height to Dwayne Johnson's. A general rule is that to transform most one-syllable and two-syllable positive adjectives into comparative adjectives, you can simply add ER to it. 90 degrees is a wide angle. 120 degrees is a wider angle than 90 degrees. We also have a one-syllable positive adjective here, which is wide. To transform it into a comparative adjective, simply add the letter R. Perhaps you ask, why not add ER as well? Isn't it wide also one syllable? Well, since wide already has the letter E in the back, all you have to do is add the letter R after it. Or else, adding an extra E will transform the word to wider. Therefore, the common rule is that most of one-syllable positive adjectives that already contain E as its last letter need only add the letter R in order to transform it into comparative adjectives. Jalapeno peppers are spicy. Cayenne peppers are spicier than jalapeno peppers. Here, we have a two-syllable positive adjective, spicy, that ends with the letter Y. To change it into a comparative adjective, we replace the letter Y and insert it ear or I-E-R. It's important to note that typically whether it's one or two-syllable positive adjective that ends with the letter Y, replace the letter with ear or I-E-R when transforming it to a comparative adjective. Toyota cars are expensive. Lexus cars are more expensive than Toyota cars. Note that expensive is a 3-syllable positive adjective. Instead of the grammatically incorrect expensiver, we say more expensive. One thing to note here is that we add the word less or more to transform most 3 or more syllable positive adjectives into comparative adjectives. Making an 85 on a test is good. Making a 90 on a test is better than making an 85. The word good is what we call irregular positive adjectives, which means the rules I've stated earlier do not apply here. A rule is that irregular positive adjectives use another word for its comparative adjectives. There is no formula to this. The key is that you must know them by heart. Now, my friend Yo-Yo will explain the third and final degree of adjectives.
Okay guys, now we will discuss about superlative adjectives. What are they? They're basically adjectives that can help us compare more than two things. Now, let's take the comparative adjectives we used previously and turn them into superlative adjectives.
Comparative adjective. Son Mingming is taller than Dwayne Johnson. Superlative adjective. Bigfoot is the tallest among Son Mingming and Dwayne Johnson. Here we want to express that Bigfoot stands out the most in height compared to Dwayne Johnson or Son Mingming. So, we replace the ER with ESD.
Thus, a common rule is that for most one-syllable comparative adjectives that we want to turn into superlative adjectives, we replace the ER with ESD.
Comparative adjective. 120 degree is a wider angle than 90 degree. Superlative adjective. 180 degree is widest compared to 90 degree or 120 degree. Now we have the word wider.
Like turning a one-syllable positive adjective into a comparative adjective, one-syllable superlatives only need one E as one of its last letters. So we only need to add the letters ET.
Comparative adjective. Cayenne peppers are spicier than jalapeno peppers. Superlative adjective. Ghost peppers are spiciest amongst jalapeno or cayenne peppers. Just like the previous example,
we only need to add SD after the letter E to transform this comparative adjective into a superlative adjective. So, no new rules here.
Comparative adjective. Lexus cars are more expensive than Toyota cars. Superlative adjective. A Lamborghini car is most expensive compared to Toyota or even Lexus. Did you know that most Lamborghini cars are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Clearly, the price surpasses that of a Toyota or a Lexus. So, to clearly state how expensive a Lamborghini is compared to the other two, we use the word most.
Above all, when we use the word less or more in a comparative adjective, we replace them with least or most in a superlative adjective form.
Comparative adjective. Making a 90 on a test is better than making an 85. Superlative adjective. Making 100 on a test is the best possible grade. Period. Here, we see that the superlative adjective to the irregular comparative adjective, better, is best. Again, we use a completely different word here.
Consequently, in order to familiarize yourself with the degrees of irregular adjectives, the key is basically practice, practice, and practice. Read more books in English, practice writing irregular adjectives, and so on. So ultimately, to recap everything, here are the degrees of irregular adjectives we covered in this video.
Lastly, I would like to cover some additional information. For some regular two-syllable adjectives, we may also use the rule from the regular three or more syllable adjectives. But again, it depends on what that word is. For instance, we see that the word bitter has two syllables. If we remember the rule for regular two-syllable adjectives, the comparative adjective would be bitterer and its superlative adjective bitterest. But it is acceptable to also apply the rule used for the regular three or more syllable adjectives. So, we would have more bitter for its comparative adjective and most bitter for its superlative form.
Knowing and mastering these degrees of adjectives do not come from arduously memorizing them. Instead, expose yourself to reading more English texts, practicing English conversations, watching English learning videos such as these. Slowly but surely, degrees of adjectives will be of second nature to you. Alright, that's it, Bezies. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you've learned something new about adjectives. Show some love by subscribing to our channel, and leave your comments below if you have any questions or recommendations. Anyways, we would just want to let you know that we also have an official Instagram page. It's at CLC Press Unif. We post additional learning there and fun contents on the weekly. See you next week, Bezies. Happy learning!